Hey everybody, Susan Lazar-Hart here with your Thursday Ask Susan Live Q&A. This is the place where we gather once a week, ask questions, check in on the questions that you're asking, and every month it's based on a theme. And this month's theme is based on creativity, creation. What does creativity mean to you, and how are you creating your life you're living? And I'm going to create a sip of tea right now. That's better. So, as you come on in, say hi. We have an international community, so tell us where you're from, what's happening for you. And if you check in later, hashtag replay, because you know, I always check in. As this is all about living a congruent life, one that lives in harmony, right? With congruency, we don't bring in the baggage from the past. We actually ask, what is it that I'm creating? How's it working for me? And how does this actually fit into everything that I'm being, saying, and doing? Because part of congruent living is about honoring your word to you and to what you desire. And that leads us to our question. Thank you so much. This came in from Claire. Susan, I would like to know more about creating with my team. I ask questions, and it still seems me who is pulling or not pulling the projects. Sometimes I'm beyond questions, and lately I'm realizing I am the question, and creations still stay the same in the idea phase. What else is possible? What is true creation? So, here's the deal. Claire, I'm going to approach this from two different sides. One is this your project that you created, that you're asking other people to work with you on a team? The other is, are you part of a team and you're asking questions from that point of view? So let's start with the second part. Anywhere that we have decided that it's up to us to pull the weight, to finish it off, to create whatever has to be created, I'm going to ask you, what is it that you're tolerating here? Right? So we tend to decide something and then we tolerate it. When we tolerate it, we become the victim. When we're the victim, there's no place of questions there, right? So when you say, I ask questions, it still seems it's me who's pulling or not pulling the project. So what about that works for you? That would be my question right off the top. You know, whether you're the leader and you have given your team this project to do, or whether you are part of a team, right? It's still the same question. What is it that you're tolerating here? And again, that's the kind of question that's really uncomfortable, that we don't generally want to ask ourselves. What is it that I'm tolerating here? Again, when you're, hey Laura, welcome, welcome. When you're tolerating something, there's a lie that's holding it in place. So my question is, what is it you desire to create? And if you're not getting that, what is it that you're tolerating? Now, if you're the leader here, what is it that you've decided a leader is that's actually not working for you? And what have you decided a leader isn't that's actually not working for you? Because I'm just going to check in my notes here. Being a true leader is about being the clarity of the vibration that you're asking to create with. And everywhere you shift and change that vibration, you're actually coming down to the place where other people can use you to their advantage. So for instance, if you're saying, oh, well, I'm the person who always has to get this done, you're actually training your team that you're going to be the person that actually gets it done, rather than talking to what they can hear and but not staying there, right? When we talk to what somebody can hear and then we stay there, we're often in argument, we're often in resentment, we're often in response and reaction. So I'm asking you as the leader, what is it that you're asking of your team? And are you willing to be the vibration that accepts nothing less? The thing is, if we go around doing everything for everyone, we make babies out of them. And then we wonder why they don't change, why they don't appreciate us. You know, we create this whole role. So here's my question again for you. What is it that you're tolerating here? And the second one is, are you willing to be the vibration of what you're asking to create? Because a true leader instills that energy in other people, right? And it's like, yeah, I want what she's talking about. This is cool. This is great. Are you willing to actually invite them in to co-create? Now, when you talk about co-creation here, what is true co-creation? It's different for everybody. What's your point of view about, again, get honest with yourself. What does co-creation mean to you? And then ask that question, is this true? Is this true for me? Is this true for our creation? Because co-creation might be, oh, I'm going to co-create with you. You do it all and I'll just sit here and watch you. Until you actually sit down with your team and ask them, what is your point of view about co-creation? How do you see this project unfurling? Right? And just be present with them. And yet maintain your vibration of positivity, of possibilities. Ooh, I got a heart on that. Yay. So, any questions on this? This is a great question. You know, we've all been part of a team at some point or another, whether we're in a family, whether we're working for somebody. Hey, 𝐿𝐼𝐴, welcome, welcome. We've all been part of a team. So, any questions, anything popping for you here? These are really important questions to ask yourself when you bump up against something. Instead of judging or deciding, ask yourself, what's true here for me? What is it that I'm actually tolerating? Because if something isn't working for you the way that you envision it, the way that you see it, hey, Deborah, welcome, welcome. There's something here that you're tolerating. So you want to ask yourself, what's the lie that's holding all of this in place? And what's true here for me? Because Claire, when you say, I am the question, and creation still stays in the idea phase, again, are you willing to be in the question? Are you willing to sit down with your team and ask them, what's your vision of this? What's your vision of this? What do you see as possible? Are you willing to invite them in? That's what true co-creation is all about. It's inviting in. There we go. That's my daughter, Kelsey. We co-create every day. We get on the phone and chat. Love it. So, any questions? Anything popping here? Are we in the right lane? I know that Claire said she was going to listen to this afterwards. So, Claire, please come in afterwards and write in your comments just to see if we're hitting it in the right lane. You know, I've been working, all my life. Whether I was a jeweler or a painter or washing dishes or serving tables or milking cows or what else have I done? Or been a coach for the last 20 years, dealing with being mindful with everything that I be and do, right? And there are ways that when I'm working with people I know haven't worked. I used to be horrible. I'd be yelling and screaming, and I realized it took me a long time to gather the tools around me to actually appreciate my desire and realize my desire was not congruent with the way that I was asking people to be with me, right? 𝐿𝐼𝐴, I am asking myself today, how can I make it easier? Do you have an insight to that? How can you make what easier? 𝐿𝐼𝐴, great question, but I just need a little bit more information. How can I make what easier, right? Just give me that little bit of information. So are we all getting a sense of, there's been times when what I'm creating hasn't worked for me. I'm willing to, right now, in this place, in this space I'm in my life, with what I've learned, with what I am learning, is to actually be the space of space and then ask questions from there. So 𝐿𝐼𝐴, you're saying life experiences don't work for you? How can I make life experiences easier? How can I make today easier? Well, I would say, since this is all about creation this month, anywhere that you've decided something isn't easy, what is it that you're asking for? How often are we taught that we have to prove what we're creating? Right? How often were we taught as little children that we had to show and tell? How often are we taught that you have to work hard to make something happen? Right? Alia, I'm experiencing sort of heaviness on my chest. I've been asking, how can it be easier? Well, truth, Alia, is it yours? Great question. Is that mine, somebody else's, or something else? Now we know there's a huge amount of things going on the planet right now. Tap in, tune in, and turn on to who you truly be. Take a moment, take a breath, take another breath, and ask yourself, so is this really true? Is this mine, somebody else's, or something else's? We have this amazing capacity to pick up other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions. And then we try to create with those. Like, did you ever sign up for something and think, oh, this is the class for me, or this is the course for me, or this is the book for me, or this is the whatever for me, this is the partner for me. And you try to make it work, and you try to make it easy, right? Well, what if easy was just a point of view? Right? Are you willing to be present with what is and ask the question, what can I do to change this, right? So we all have ways we know that bring us joy. It could be walking in nature. It could be just sitting quietly. Right? Now is the time, with all of the energies being poured onto the planet right now, with the new moon coming up, right? With the Lion's Gate coming up, to just be present and gift yourself whatever that is in 10-second increments. Alia, let me know if that assists you at all. Again, 3 important questions to ask. When you get a sense of something heavy, ask yourself, is this mine? What is this? Can I change it? Is this mine, somebody else's, or something else's? What am I aware of here? Well, that's more than 2 questions. What am I aware of here? That's creating your life and living. What am I aware of here? And it could be just surfing it through. Alia says helpful. Great. Awesome. Awesome. This is all about creativity, right? How are you creating your day today? Yesterday when I was meditating, I just sat very still with my life and living and asked for my future self to come in closer, right? And then I asked, what synchronicities can I be aware of today that will actually assist me in every way? Because we are aware of everything, we don't have to do anything with them. So try that question, Alia. What synchronicities can I be aware of today that will actually assist me in every way? And just be with that energy. We are energetic beings. So shifting, changing, being that creative source that we truly be, it's about being present. Yeah. Cool. Thank you so much. Any other questions? Anything else popping for people? Again, I love the question that Claire sent in about creating with her team, being in the question, right? Again, can't say this enough. If something isn't working for you, what are you tolerating? You know, how many of us were taught we have to make it difficult before it gets easier? You see, that's polarity. You're in 2 sides of the same coin. So my whole thing is throw the coin away and be willing to be present, right? What is it that I'm tolerating here? And is this true for me? Is this true for me? Right? Oh, actually, no. Okay, cool. So in this next 10 seconds, how can I be creating with this? What can I be creating with this? And if you're working with a team and you have more questions, please write in to me and ask me, right? The more clarity we have, the wider the spaces that we can play in. Yeah, for sure. So, if there are no more questions, I will love you and leave you. Thank you so much for coming in. And again, send in your questions. The Ask Susan is all about the questions that you have. Again, this month's theme is about creativity and creating. And it's about creating that juicy, joyous life that you came here to be and do, right? And so that's when I say a true leader will raise their vibrations and expand out so that you actually are that leader of your life and your living. Yeah. All right. Again, I'm looking forward to your comments on this one. This was a juicy one. Thank you, Claire. Thank you, Alia, for coming in. And thank you for Deborah for coming in. And thank you for Laura for coming in. Appreciate you. And everybody else, again, pop in with #replay and let me hear your questions. Until we meet again, here or somewhere else, live boldly, love greatly, and be that fearless leader you came here to be. A fearless leader, oh, Alia says thank you. Thank you, Alia. A fearless leader is one who is willing to live life in the space of life and living, right? It's about being present with everything that you're creating, no matter what it looks like, no matter what it takes. I love you. Take care. Bye-bye.